script, yeah, something.
Yeah, better script, but I didn't see maybe so much Jennifer.
It's interesting that you say that, because I felt like Big was a movie, whereas 13 Going on 30 was a vehicle for Jennifer Garner.
Yeah.
And it just didn't have those sort of the effort, the directorial effort, you know, even or the actors. That another thing, Robert Loggia and Tom Hanks studied that the piano thing. They were actually going to have professional dancers do close-ups, but they had studied enough to do it on their own, and I thought that was great too.
Oh,
That
that
was
is
so much
so
effort.
great.
One of my
That's
favorite
an iconic scene.
One of my favorite scenes is the whole time he's in that toy store playing with all the toys, playing with the kids, and then the you know, of course, the, you know, the main guy sees him and watches him and then talks to him, and they're talking about what makes things good, what makes things not good. And he's just like, as a kid, it's like he's not thinking like an adult, like, well, I would do it like this. He's just like, this is why it would work. I don't get this. It was much better before because they had moving parts and it was more realistic. I mean, just very like, this is why this is better, and this is why, you know, I would, you know, this is why this toy isn't as good as it used to be. And he's just matter of fact about it. Whereas if you're an adult talking to your boss, you're going to like, kind of like maybe like sugarcoat it a little bit more. And he would just like direct, you know, this is what makes it cool. And then that whole dance scene, of course, it's like, it's just very touching. It's just, you just feel like he is this really like carefree kid in a toy store, and that's what you're supposed to, that's what a 13-year-old would be.
And it was
so Jim,
refreshing.
I want to know for Jim real quick, what was your favorite part of 13 Going on 30?
Probably, you know what, I do like the thriller scene. I think it was just fun. It's fun. It's just like it's thrown in there. It's kind of like the fun thing. It's like, oh, this is what we're gonna do. And you know, who doesn't love the fact that everyone at a party knows the exact dance you're doing? I mean, that's perfect. I love that.
Totally.
I think that going back to them in the toy store, the reason that Robert Loggia's character is so taken with Tom Hanks is because he has that honesty that maybe he or definitely doesn't hear on the regular, because there's the scene at the party, which to me, that's my favorite scene, the Christmas party, when Elizabeth Perkins walks up to him and she starts asking him about reports and if you thought about this campaign, and he's like, you know, it's a party.
Yeah.
Have a drink, have 2 drinks, you know, like, so he's that they sort of established that he doesn't want the everyday business aspect of it, because he himself is in the toy store by himself, you know, and
every week.
Yeah, he said he goes there every week and watches that.
And that the talk about direction. The moment that Tom Hanks walks into that party with that amazing tuxedo on,
oh yeah,
and the way that he reacts to them reacting to him, and then he checks his zipper, which everybody does, and then goes down and just destroys the dip in the dip, like double dips the whole time.
Yep.
There's so much subtlety in the whole, like they don't call attention to their jokes, and that's what makes them work.
I watched
in stark contrast, remember when Jennifer Garner went into the party, she tried to do that same joke where she took a piece of shrimp, she ate it, and she literally threw it over her shoulder, and then she took like a bite of a turkey leg and threw it.
Yeah,
she didn't do that as a 13-year-old. So stupid.
Yeah, it was funny.
As opposed to Tom Hanks, where he was just trying to kind of hide it, which is I did that as a kid. You know, you hide the food you're not really eating.
I do that as an adult.
Yeah.